the success of an entrepreneurial business, the success of a business is not about your building, your mailing list, it's not about the money that you have, it's not about, it's the success of your business is not about those things. The success of those things is about your confidence, is about your skills, is about going out there and deciding to stand out in the world and do something bold. Hey, this is Iman, Aghay, serial entrepreneur, international best-selling author, and public speaker. And today I'm answering one of the questions that I get asked quite regularly, pretty much on a daily basis. Every time I do a podcast, every time I go on the radio show, every time I'm on TV, every time I'm on the stage, one person asks me this question, and today, Earl on Facebook asked me this question, and his question was, what would you do if you lost everything you had, all the mailing lists, connections, experience, like everything? You just had your skills, like you lost everything else, you just had your skills. What would you do today to build a business from scratch? I get asked this question quite often, and honestly, every time I answer it differently. And I answer it differently because there are so many different ways to build a successful business, and depending on what mood I am in on that day, I actually answer it differently. But there are a few things that I actually would do regardless. So if I lost everything I had, if I lost all of my businesses, lost my mailing list, lost my everything, relationship, connections, and everything, the first thing I would start building is relationships. Just relationships, network. People say your network is your net worth. That's a reality. Okay, let me put this simple. A lot of people think you want to get on the stage, you need to be an amazing speaker. That's not true. A lot of people think if you want to get on the stage, you need to have great content. That's not true. You have been to events that there was a speaker on the stage that was not the greatest speaker, right? You remember that. You were at events that you were listening to somebody and it's like, this is not good content. Why is he even speaking there, right? But the person was speaking there. So to get a stage time is not about being the greatest speaker or having the greatest content or anything like that. Speaking is all about, getting stage time is all about your connections. If you have a connection, you can get the stage time. Now, if you have great content and stuff would help, obviously. If you're an amazing speaker, would help. But to get the stage time, you need to have the connection, right? If you have the connections, you can easily get yourself on the stage time. Now, if I lost everything I have, I know one of the greatest public speaking, one of the greatest marketing strategies. I actually did another video on this. What are the top 3 strategies I use to get myself in front of my clients? And I said the stage time. Stage time is like the number one, hands down, best way to get in front of clients, right? So if I lost everything I have, I'm gonna go after the best strategy, which is the stage time. And to do that, I'll need to go build connections, right? So because I know that that's the best way. So probably this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna build a stage for myself, right? How do you build a stage? You can go to meetup.com, build a stage. You can plan a 3-day event with multiple speakers. And if you have multiple speaker event, and you plan it, you just you can go to many experts that are out there that are known and tell them, hey, I want to have you come to my event. And the chance that they say no is very little. Now, I'm not saying that you can go to speakers that only speak to groups of over 6,000 people, or over 3,000 people, which is actually one of the mistakes that newbies make. Some of the newbies actually go to Tony Robbins, who speaks in the groups of over 2,000, 3,000 people, and they invite them to an event of 100 people, right? Don't do that, right? You go to people that constantly speak to groups of 100, 200, 300 people. They are well-known people, and they're amazing speakers. You invite them. Now, you're building relationships, you're building connections. Why? Because, I had another video that I talked about this, that you can actually build favor motivated promotional partners, right? If you're putting these people on the stage, they want to actually speak for you, right? So that's one thing. I'm gonna actually build my stage, right? So right away, I'm gonna plan an event, most likely a multi-speaker event, and then I'm gonna actually go and try to get stage time. And to get stage time, I'm gonna build relationships and connections with other people who have a stage time, and I'm gonna go with them, go to their events, networking events, seminars, conferences. I would try to have a lunch with them, try to buy them a coffee or something like that. If there are evening meetup groups and stuff like that, I would go to them. I would attend the event, and then at the end of the event, I would go and say like, hey, I would like to buy you a coffee. And next day I would sit with them and have a coffee with them, and then try to book myself a talk, right? So now I have a multi-speaker event. Then I go and get these evening event talks, right? And when I speak at the event talks, what do you think I will sell? I sell the tickets to the multi-speaker 3-day event, right? So now I have a product. I have a package. Now at the 3-day event, probably I'm gonna launch a $5,000, $10,000 mastermind program. And within 50 to 60 days, I'm gonna take that business to 6 figures. So if I lost everything, I wanted to start from scratch, that's probably gonna be my fastest strategy to get myself to 6 figures. Now, what in this I'm assuming I'm not losing is my skills. In this, what I'm assuming I'm not losing is my confidence, okay? So I'm assuming that I'm not gonna lose my confidence, I'm not gonna lose my skills. So I said, would be me, I just don't have the money, connections, relationships, and everything. I'm building everything from scratch. So what I'm telling you guys is this. The success of an entrepreneurial business, the success of a business is not about your building, your mailing list, it's not about the money that you have, it's not about, it's the success of your business is not about those things. The success of those things is about your confidence, is about your skills, is about going out there and deciding to stand out in the world and do something bold, right? And for a person to plan a 3-day live event, you don't need anything. Like, one of the things I actually teach my students, I tell them like, you gotta plan a 3-day live event and you're not allowed to spend more than $2,000. That's maximum you can spend. Now, for hotels, some hotels, if you got like there are 5-star hotels, 4-star hotels, 3-star hotels, right? But generally you can go to a 3-star hotel, good looking place, right? You can go to a 3-star hotel, you can easily get a place for like 40 people for about $500 a day, depending on what city you are in. Like if you are in like an expensive city, you can go a little bit outside town, right? Like for example, I'm from Vancouver, like Vancouver is an expensive city. So, like in Richmond, you can easily find a place for 40, 50 people for like $500 a day, right? So bam, that's it. And you can actually get like $500 deposit. So if you don't even have the money, you can actually put the dates on the calendar, just get them to pencil them in, say, you know what, I'm gonna come back with the $500 deposit a little bit later, and then go back, do an event, do a talk, sell tickets to the event, and then now you have the money to actually put the seat deposit down for the hotel, right? So, by the way, what I'm actually saying is actually what I've done, okay? Just so we are clear. Like when I was building the public speaking training business, I decided to actually build it from scratch, bootstrapping it and not investing money in it. So I said I can maximum spend $2,000, which I ended up not spending, because here's what I did. I actually went out there, I got myself talks, and I delivered the talk, and I sold 50 packages at $200, which were the tickets to the event, and that gave us $10,000, like right off the bat. Like I think it was day 17 or day 18 of the business, and that was it. That $10,000 went to the bank account. I paid $500 down payment for the hotel, and now we had the event, and just kind of like the rest is the history. We did the event, we got the people to come to mastermind program and stuff. We took it to 6 figures. So so I'm not just saying like a hypothetical example. I'm actually literally telling you what I've done. I assumed I've lost everything I have and building something from scratch, right? I still kept my skills, I still kept my confidence, and did the work. Now, question here is, what if you don't have the confidence? What if you don't have the confidence? Here's what you do. You get a group of 8 people, and here's what you're gonna ask them. You're gonna get their commitment to promise you that they're gonna show up for 8 weekly classes for free. And the only way that they can keep showing up on these classes is either they are dead or on their way to the hospital. So you're gonna get their commitment that the only way that they have the right to skip the classes is actually not, like physically not being able to actually attend the event, right? So you teach these 8 people for the next 8 weeks something that you're really good at, something that you can help them with expanding, and you are gonna put your heart and soul in their success. And trust me, when you see their success, that gives you competence, gives you confidence, right? The first time I did this, like in 2012, 2011 actually, I didn't know I have content. Like I wanted to teach something, but I didn't have the content. So here's what I did. I went and got 8 people, and that's exactly the commitment I told you to get them. I got from these 8 people. I said the only way you have the right to skip the classes is either you should be dead or you should be on the way to hospital, and that's the only ways that you can actually not show up at the class. And every single one of them showed up for the next 8 weeks, and like I didn't know actually I was good. Like I really didn't know. I didn't know even what topic I can teach. I just knew that I'm good at teaching marketing, but I didn't know like how good I am. And I'm actually gonna do another video on this topic. There's like what are the 3 types of expertise you can have and stuff like that. But long story short, I started teaching my class. They got amazing results, and as a result of that, I gained a lot of confidence. And the next time I went on the stage, I invited people to come to my mastermind, and people went and paid for that mastermind, right? So the first time nobody wanted to pay me. The second time people were just like kind of pay me without even like kind of asking or doing any hard sales or anything like that. So it was amazing, was like really great results, and this is what I'm actually suggesting to you guys. If you don't have the confidence, you don't have competence, you don't have the skills, go out there, start teaching, start studying, and start working with people, put your heart and soul in their success and get them results. So now you can actually get that. Now make sure to watch my next video, my other video on how to actually start from scratch and build a course absolutely from scratch, the 3 types of expertise and stuff like that. And then you get into like all of these details. I'll go to the details of that story in the other video. Okay, so just make sure that you watch the videos about the 3 types of expertise and how to start from scratch in terms of your expertise. Okay, I look forward to seeing you in the next video. It was exciting to talking to you about this, and see you soon.